What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Playmaker Pod. I'm your host, Isaac. This is Joseph. We're going to get started today by getting into some NBA action. We're doing Friday night preview. The first game that we have on the board for Friday night, we got the 76ers versus the Portland Trailblazers. I believe that Philadelphia handles Portland pretty easily this game. They're in Philadelphia. Philadelphia has been cooking. I know Dame Lillard can get hot whenever pretty much whenever he wants to, bro. He could go crazy. He could have one of those games where it's like he just shoots the lights out the place. However, I do see Philadelphia taking Portland pretty handily. The lines aren't out for this game as of right now, but I could see Philadelphia being like around a -6.5 favorite. And I see Philadelphia covering that. I don't think Portland can compete with them. I don't think anybody stopped Joel Embiid. James Harden's also, he's still an elite player in this NBA. He might still be top 15 probably. James Harden's going to do his thing. Joel Embiid's going to do his thing. I expect Damian Lillard to cook, but it's not going to be good enough. Portland just can't compete with Philly right now, in my opinion. Philly's hot, and they're going to keep rolling past tonight.
Yeah, like you said, Damian Lillard can cook, but Embiid's going to cook too. Joseph Nurkic, he's not going to do anything against Embiid. Embiid went against Rudy Gobert on Tuesday night. Rudy Gobert's supposed to be one of the best defensive players, a defensive big man, and he got cooked for 39. He got cooked for 39 and 3/4. Yeah, so Dame can cook, but Embiid's going to cook too. And yeah, I really think the 76ers are probably going to win. This is probably the first game they're going to be fully healthy since like last Thursday, because PJ Tucker, Tobias, and Harden have been missing games, but I'm pretty sure all of them are going to play. They got some rest after their back-to-back. So yeah, the 76ers, I think, are going to handle the Blazers. I could see the Blazers winning this game because there's some good nights where the Sixers are off, especially their bench. But really, if Embiid and Harden and Maxey, the big three, if they cook, it's pretty much over. The bench really doesn't need to do much when those guys are on fire, especially Harden and Embiid. Harden and Embiid both have 30, they're going to win. So yeah, Portland, yeah, Cam Reddish has actually been a nice pickup for them in the deadline. He's actually found the role with them. He's been pretty nice. Been averaging double-digit points ever since he got there. Ever since after he got traded from Atlanta to New York, it was basically New York. That was a waste of a trade for New York. But yeah, Cam Reddish has actually been pretty good for them. But yeah, I still see Philadelphia handling Portland pretty easily tomorrow night. All right, next game is going to be Atlanta versus Wizards. This is not too good of a game. Not too much to say about this game. Trae Young and DeJounte Murray taking on Kristaps and Bradley Beal. Kristaps actually had a good game yesterday. I believe he dropped 44, I believe. He had a really good game yesterday. Pretty sure they lost, but yeah. Kuzma as well. Kuzma's playing good. Kuzma is actually pretty nice. Well, Kuzma's averaging like 21 points a game, but I don't really know if that's just because he has a bunch of shots. He can take a bunch of shots now because I'm pretty sure he's inefficient.
Yeah.
He's averaging 20
his
plus.
numbers aren't fighted.
Yeah. I think it's just because he's on the bad team. Beal, yeah, Beal's still pretty good. He's a star of this team, but still, I don't think he was worth that max. But yeah, then the Hawks, Murray and Young. Yeah, the Hawks have been pretty mediocre this year. I'll probably give a slight edge to the Hawks because I like their team a bit better. I think they're built better. They got Capella. Capella can play some nice defense on Kristaps, especially in the paint. And I think Trae Young's one of the best point guards in the NBA. He's averaging 27 and 10. So yeah, it's DeJounte Murray. I think DeJounte Murray is better than everybody else, other than Bradley Beal on the Hawks, probably. On the Wizards, I mean. Yeah, I think he's better than Kristaps. I think he's better than Kuzma, so yeah. Yeah, and the Hawks also have Sadiq Bey. I haven't really seen him play, but Hunter's actually a pretty good 3-and-D wing. So yeah, but I'm probably giving a slight edge to the Hawks in this game.
Yeah, the Hawks are a very, 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 very mid team. They're 33-33 right now, exactly at 500. As soon as they get above or below 500, they'll probably end up right back at 500 in like the next day or so. Between these guys, I'd say it's a pretty balanced game right now. I do like Atlanta's team, but I'd say there's just random games where Washington could actually catch a win. I feel like this game's gonna be one of them. Atlanta, I'd say they're just very mid. So if they can't like really shoot the lights out today, I think Washington catches them by surprise. Washington's 31-35. They're also pretty bad, but I'd say if Kristaps Porzingis could get his shots falling the way he did the other night, dropping 44, and Bradley Beal gets his shots falling, I think it could be a pretty high-scoring game for them, and they end up taking this win over Atlanta. Atlanta falls below 500, and Washington makes their case to try to get into the play-in. Right now, they're a 10 seed, so they're still fighting for their play-in spot. I think Washington needs this win. Atlanta's also in the play-in, but Washington's like at number 10. They can't afford any losses. I think this is going to be an important game for them, and I see them taking this win. Probably the underdogs, if I'm being honest, but I think Washington takes this one.
All right. Okay, the next game is going to be Brooklyn versus Minnesota. They're playing in Minnesota. It's tough. Anthony Edwards has been delivering, but the Brooklyn Nets, Mikal Bridges as well. Mikal Bridges has played really good ever since he got traded from Phoenix. He's averaging, I believe, 22 points, 23 points in that range. Cam Johnson as well is averaging 17. Dinwiddie's been nice. Playmaker for them. Dorian Finney-Smith, too, has been pretty nice, too, shooting threes, playing defense. Minnesota, though, has Anthony Edwards. He's probably the best player on the court tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have Rudy Gobert, though. So I don't know. Well, I guess Rudy Gobert didn't really have a tough matchup because he has Nick Claxton. So it's basically the same shit. They're just playing. They're the same player, so it's not like...
For real, yeah.
Yeah, Claxton's probably more athletic, but Claxton's basically the same. He can't shoot, and he can't shoot free throws either. But it's not going to really be a mismatch for Rudy Gobert. Conley's been nice. I don't really know about nice. He's worse than D'Angelo Russell. I don't know why that trade happened. Yeah, it was pretty...
Yeah, I don't know why I thought that was going to help him.
Yeah, he's averaging like 10 and 7 or something, 10-6, 10-6 and 4, something like that. It's probably like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess he's just been a veteran for them, but yeah, I don't know. I like Brooklyn's team, but I can see Minnesota bouncing back, especially after they got smacked by Philadelphia 76ers on Tuesday night. I can see them bouncing back after a bad loss, especially since they're playing at home. Yeah, I think I'll probably I don't know about favoring. I'm probably just picking Minnesota to win this game. This is a toss-up game too, though, because I think both teams are pretty evenly matched right now. But I'm probably gonna pick Minnesota. I just like Anthony Edwards too much. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd tell you, if we're able to find the spread for this game, I would feel it's probably like a 1. Like Minnesota would probably be like a -1 favorite. Nothing too crazy. Brooklyn has been playing better than expected ever since the KD and Kyrie trades have happened. Everybody thought they were just going to fall off a cliff. Well, I feel like that's at least what most people were thinking. And the trade assets that they got back have really been performing well for them. You got guys, like you said, Mikal Bridges he's taken over now that he has he's a legitimate number 1 on that team now. He doesn't have to sit behind Devin Booker or Chris Paul. He just does him. You got also Cam Johnson from that trade. He's also been performing. Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith. I mean, Dinwiddie's been there before. He knows how Brooklyn runs. And then Dorian Finney-Smith, I tell you, I like him in Dallas. He's a good 3-and-D player. A perfect piece for any team, really. So, man. Minnesota does have they got Anthony Edwards, so I really like Minnesota. I'm going to go with Brooklyn in this game. They're probably a slight underdog. I could honestly see it going either way, but man, you put Mikal Bridges on Anthony Edwards, I feel like it kind of slows it down a little bit. It won't be like too crazy, but I feel like the defense of Mikal Bridges, they also got some versatility by switching him, Dorian Finney-Smith, Nick Claxton. So I think Brooklyn could slow them down a bit. I got Brooklyn taking this game. They stay atop of the of the Eastern standings. Minnesota, they're playing. Minnesota's at number 7 right now. I don't think. God damn, all these teams are tied up. What the hell? Okay, yeah, so the West, I'd say it's really tight right now, but I see Brooklyn taking this one, and Minnesota drops to 500.
Okay. The fourth game of the night, it's Cleveland at Miami. I think Cleveland is probably the better. They're for sure the better team, but I don't know. I could see Miami getting the upset here because of what happened the other day. They lost by 4 to Cleveland already this week. I don't know if I can see Miami losing 2 straight games to them because I know we shit on them all the time, but it's like they still got Jimmy Butler and Bam. But I could see, I could see Miami winning this game. Yeah, but I'm probably gonna pick Cleveland though because to be honest with you, everybody on Cleveland last night when they played against Miami last night, everybody on Cleveland basically had an off night except for Garland. So, and they still won. It was a close game, but they still won. Everybody had an off night except for Garland. On Miami side, everybody went off on Miami side, and they still lost. And Kevin Love, Kevin Love sucks right now. Sadly for the Heat, he sucks. I think Mobley and Jared Allen and Mobley are probably going to eat against Kevin Love, especially Mobley. Mobley's going to eat tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure.
And Mitchell had an off night. I don't think he's going to have another off night. I think he delivers this time. Miami could pull off this win, but yeah, I think Cleveland's going to beat him. To me, I think Cleveland gets another win.
Yeah, I also got Cleveland, like you said. They're starting Kevin Love. Miami's starting Kevin Love. Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, like you said, they're probably going to eat down low. Oh, man, we always make fun of Kevin Love and the Heat, but I'd say their best shot to win was the last time they played. I really don't think that Miami's going to beat Cleveland this time. I mean, Cleveland's overall just a better team. Miami does have Jimmy Butler, but I'd say Cleveland's a better team right now. If they're hitting the way they normally do, I don't really see them losing this game. Miami, I don't know. Hold on. Where do they play Wednesday? They played also in Miami. Oh, okay. Hold on. Never mind then. Never mind. Let's just say, okay, I'll just bring this up. Let's say Cleveland just stayed in Miami throughout like the past 3 days. What if, I don't know, I'm just saying it's a possibility that Miami culture being down there for too long, when you live in Cleveland, it can be a bit toxic once you get down there. You can get tempted to do a lot of things that Miami has to offer. Mess around with a lot of these Miami chicks. When you know damn well it's a clear upgrade over Cleveland if you're into that. So, oh boy, okay. Actually, no, give me Miami. Give me Miami. I think they pull off the upset this game. Cleveland does have the better team. We always shit on Kevin Love, but I'm gonna go crazy. I don't think Cleveland performs up to their standards today. Miami's gonna take a win. I think they honestly gonna spend too much time in Miami, and I don't think they're gonna be 100% focused. So, I mean, I could be talking crazy. But I think Miami takes this win. Give me Miami this game.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about, but that doesn't overpower the fact that Kevin Love is in the starting lineup. Yeah, I'm going to take Kevin Love. That doesn't overpower the fact. Mobley's going to eat. Mitchell too.
Yeah, that's true.
Hero's not guarding Mitchell. Because I'm telling you, I was watching the highlights for the game. Hero was on Mitchell the whole time last night, and Mitchell was just not hitting shots because Hero doesn't play defense either at all.
Yeah.
I'm still going
to able to hold him up. Okay.
Yeah, all right. This game.
I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, this game, I don't really think anybody's picking the upset here. Denver at San Antonio. I don't care where the game is. San Antonio, Mexico, I don't give a shit. The Nuggets are winning this game.
Yeah.
Probably pretty dominantly.
Especially after they just lost, too.
Yeah.
I feel they're going to come out hot. They're going to come out pissed.
Yeah, they just got smacked by Chicago by like 20-plus points. Yeah, they're not. They're not losing this game to another, especially to this kind of team, especially for a tanking team. Yeah, the Spurs just lost to the Rockets back-to-back games. They gave the Rockets back-to-back wins because that's how bad the Spurs are.
Oh boy, yeah.
So yeah, the Spurs aren't winning this game. Yeah,
You got no reason to.
Jokic is gonna go crazy. I don't even know who the Spurs are starting at center anymore because they don't have Jakob anymore. So I don't even know who the fuck their center is.
I don't even know anybody who's playing for the Spurs right now, to be honest, bro. I watched one of their games, like when they played Dallas. I'm like, who the hell are these people?
Oh, I know Keldon Johnson.
Keldon Johnson, yeah. Who's the other guy? Vassell? I probably know him because of his hair, though.
Yeah, Devin Vassell. Yeah.
And
then what's his
I probably
name?
know him because of his hair.
Bro, I know a couple guys. I forgot his name. Malachi Branham or something like that. I know somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these guys, I don't even know if the Spurs want to play this game. If I'm being for real, they already know they're about to get their ass beat. They'll probably lose by at least more than, I'd say, 20, bro. I don't care what the hell the spread is for this game. Denver's covering that.
Yeah,
we don't even got to waste too much time on this, bro. The Nuggets are going to beat the living hell out of the Spurs. The Spurs have been trash all year long. Denver's been the best team in the West. So
yeah, it should be
no chance.
Pretty clear. Denver's probably gonna win this game in a blowout.
Yeah.
All right, so it's gonna be the last game of the night. Toronto heading to LA to play them. Primetime game, 8:30. This would probably be a pretty this would not be an exciting game if it wasn't for the Lakers playing this game. If it was another team, yeah. But yeah, let's see. Lakers actually been pretty hot the last few games. Anthony Davis has been playing like Anthony Davis.
Mm-hmm.
They're like the 9th seed right now, I think. They actually finally got into the play-in.
Yeah.
Toronto's been pretty disappointing. I don't know why they just didn't tear their team apart at the deadline. I guess they still think they can win, but they've been pretty disappointing. Scotty Barnes has been on like a sophomore slump. He's still pretty good. He's averaging basically his numbers from last year, but I consider it a sophomore slump because I was expecting him to be better. But yeah, it's a sophomore slump for him. Siakam made an all-star team this year. He'll probably be on an all-NBA team. He's been really good for them. Fred VanVleet, disappointing. Disappointing for Fred VanVleet. He's probably going to leave in the offseason. Yeah, Gary Trent should have probably got traded. But, they got Jakob Porto, actually. Jakob Porto's actually been a nice pickup for them. He's actually been pretty good for the Raptors. They got him back. They traded him all those years ago for Kawhi, and they got him back this season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but, to be honest with you, I can see the Raptors winning this game. I hate the Lakers, but I'm not just saying this because I hate the Lakers. I think the Raptors could legitimately win. I don't know. Because I don't really know if the Lakers are going to continue winning. Because still, there's a reason they're 32 and 34. Because they're not consistent. But Anthony Davis has been on a roll. Vanderbilt, too, has been a nice pickup. Beasley, he's been nice. I think D'Angelo Russell finally back, too. I think they finally got him back. Tuesday's game. Last Tuesday against the Grizzlies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably going to pick the Lakers. Just because Anthony Davis has been rolling. And they got Russell back. This is Russell's second game back. Yeah, I think the Lakers are going to win this game.
Yeah, this one's pretty tough. I think it's two evenly matched teams. The Lakers, like you said, they have been rolling. They got D'Angelo Russell back now. They're in Los Angeles. Damn. The Lakers probably should be favorites in this game. But I don't know, man. I'm going to have to go Toronto. I think the Lakers finally, they take a step back. I'm not going to say like they're cooling off completely, but they take a step back tonight. Toronto goes out there. I believe they start off hot. It's going to be too much for the Lakers to come back from. And I see Toronto taking this game. I wouldn't be surprised if the Lakers won, but I feel like this is one of those games that Toronto has to win. The Lakers, I'd say they've been pretty hot, but eventually you got to take a step back, right? I think this is that game for LA. They're not gonna cool off completely, but I feel like this is where the Lakers, they just take a step back. All right. Toronto ends up winning this game. I'm not super confident saying that, but the final prediction is going to be Toronto taking this game.
All right.
I'm going to go with the underdog in this one.
All right, well, that wraps up our our Friday night preview of the games. Well, we got some NFL news right now. The Jets have agreed to a trade. They're trading with the Baltimore Ravens for Chuck Clark. We're sending you a 2024 7th-round pick. Yeah, not.
Oh boy, what the hell?
Yeah,
bro, the Ravens are just giving shit away, bro.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Chuck Clark, he's all right. I can see this. This is probably just a move to get rid of salary cap space, to be honest with you. Because I know he's on a pretty decent deal. Yeah, this is a solid move for the Jets.
I mean, it gives them a veteran presence. I mean, Clark's been pretty solid for the Ravens for a minute.
Yeah, this is a solid move. It's not gonna change the defense or something like that, but it's pretty. Yeah, it fits into the scheme. I'm pretty sure they needed another safety. I'm pretty sure that they have one of their safeties as a free agent. So yeah, I guess I got the replacement. Yeah, but I know that Chuck Clark was basically not playing anymore because I'm pretty sure Marcus Williams was starting over him, and that's really.
Williams had the other safety. Oh my god.
What's his name?
Who's the one that they drafted out of Notre Dame? I can't remember his name right now. Oh my god, it's getting me mad.
Hamilton. I know his last name's Hamilton.
Yeah, I remember his I remember his Hamilton, but what was his first name?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Was it Kyle Hamilton?
Yeah. That's his name. Kyle Hamilton.
Hamilton. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so he was also starting over him. So, I mean, it makes sense for Baltimore to try to shed that cap space. And for New York, I mean, yeah, it's an extra veteran presence that they get back there as a safety. So, I mean, I guess it's solid.
Hey, no, I thought he was older than he thought. I actually thought he was older than he actually is. He's what is it called? He's 27. I thought he was already like in his 30s.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he's actually still pretty young. Yeah.
How much was he getting paid by Baltimore, though?
Hold up. It's probably going to take a long time for me to find that.
Okay, well, we don't even need to go into that right now.
I don't think we really need that. Oh, here we go. He was getting paid like $6 million. But for the move freed up like 4.5, I think. Yeah, freed up.
Yeah, so
4.5. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it does help them clear up their cap space a bit.
Yeah.
So, solid move for both teams.
Yeah, solid move. Yeah, I thought when I saw the Jets made a trade, I thought it was something else, but
I know, me too. Yeah. We're not gonna get
Adam
into that.
Adam Schefter was even trolling, man. He didn't even say what the trade. He was like, the Jets just agreed to a trade, and he didn't say anything about it for like 2 minutes after that. He was trying to troll like if they traded for Rodgers.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah.
He just left a cliffhanger.
Yeah, he just left a cliffhanger.
Yeah, we already. Sure. I mean, it's a solid trade. I feel like they get the other
I guess
trade.
We can talk about Rodgers just real quick. I know we talked about him in another show, but we can talk about him real quick. Mm-hmm. He basically said, this is what Ian Rappaport said. He said if Aaron Rodgers wants the Jets, then he'll tie the Packers, and they'll probably get a trade done. So it's really now it's either Jets, Packers. So yeah, just a little updates on Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, but more than likely, he'll probably be a Jet.
I think the trade gets done. I think the trade gets done pretty soon, actually. Might be by this weekend. Actually, yeah, it might. It's going to be pretty soon. If I'm
actually, no, Ian Rappaport said it's actually going to take a long time.
Oh, my God, bro.
Yeah, no, it's not getting done anytime soon.
Oh, man, I should have known with Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers. God damn.
Yeah, it's probably not going to happen
I already brought this up, bro. Jordan Love needs to get his reps in at Green Bay. They can't just waste this dude's entire, 5 years on the team. Jordan Love's got to get in at some point. That's where you drafted him for.
Yeah. They probably need to get... They need to be done with Rodgers already. All right, so we're going to move on to probably be a shorter episode today. The last topic of the show. We're going to do the top 10 NFC quarterbacks after all the quarterbacks got paid, like Geno Smith, Daniel Jones, Derek Carr. We're going to name the top 10 now. All right. I'm going to name my top 5 first. Okay, here we go. Number 1, I got the guy who just went to the Super Bowl, MVP runner-up, Jalen Hurts. Yeah, it pains me to say this, but yeah, especially since he's on the Eagles. Yeah, it pains me to say this. Yeah, especially the first 2 I have on my list. Yeah, it pains me. Jalen Hurts, number 1. Number 2, I'm going to go with Dak Prescott. I think Dak Prescott's going to have another good year. I think they're going to give him another receiver. Probably. It pains me to say this because I hate the Cowboys and I hate the Eagles, but it pains me. Number 3, I got Kyler Murray. probably be injured for most of the season next year, but I still think Kyler Murray's more talented than mostly all these other quarterbacks. That's why he got drafted number 1 in the first place. But I think he's still better. You know something? Calvin Beachum, their starting left tackle, he was getting interviewed yesterday on the radio show, and he basically just said Kyler Murray needs to grow up and be a man. That's pretty. He's playing with them too. That's pretty. Yeah. More than likely,
you got to hold him accountable, but I don't know if going out and doing it publicly is the right way to go about it.
Yeah, more than likely, Calvin Beachum will not be on the Cardinals next year. More than likely he'll be gone. Yeah. All right, number 4. I got the Lions quarterback, Jared Goff. Jared Goff had a really good season last year, and I think he's going to improve this year. They have the same offense. They started off slow last year, too, and he still had one of his best years. Yeah. I think the Rams got their Super Bowl, so it was really, I guess it really doesn't make a difference now, but Jared Goff looks like he's going to be the better long-term quarterback over Stafford. And number 5, I was talking bad about Matthew Stafford the other day, but I came to my sense a little bit. I had to give him some respect. I can't just go off recency bias. I have to give him some respect because I don't want to just say he's completely washed right now. Because I was looking at some of his numbers. His completion percentage was still there. It was almost 70% completion percentage. Mm-hmm. He just needs to cut off on the turnovers though because he threw 8 interceptions before he got injured. That was pretty bad.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think the Rams. I don't know if the Rams have a bounce back year, but I think Stafford has a bounce back year after this year. He got injured. Yeah. See, because Stafford had a little. The team doesn't have to be good for him to have a bounce back year because he was with the Lions for all those years and he sucked. And the Lions sucked when he was good. So the Rams don't need to have a bounce back year. But Stafford, I have to give Stafford some respect because he was injured most of last year. Cause I'm pretty sure he injured his shoulder at the beginning of the year before the season even started. So I'm gonna give him some respect going into healthy next year. Healthy next year. Hopefully they fix their weapons because Allen Robinson was ass. So it's really just Cooper Kupp. They're going to get Cooper Kupp back at least. Hopefully they do something in the offseason to improve the weapons. But this is more of a projection. So I'm projecting that the Rams do something better on offense next year after what happened this year. So I'm going to have number 5 Stafford.
Okay. I'm gonna debate that. But first, I'm going to have to go into my list because you probably got some things that you want to debate me about. So I'm going to go, okay, number 1, it's pretty obvious. We both got the same number 1 here. Jalen Hurts is the best QB in the NFC. He's developed every single year he's been in the league. Rookie year to sophomore year to now he's in the Super Bowl. Should have been the MVP, but I'd say Jalen Hurts easily the number 1 right now. The NFC isn't as stacked as the AFC is, so Jalen Hurts, he should be the clear number 1 right now. I guess we both agree on that one. Number 2, though, is where it gets very, very, very controversial. All right, this is a projection for next season. I'm not going off of what happened this year, but I think next year this guy is going to take a huge leap, and he's going to be the number 2 QB in the NFC. He finished off the year very, very strong. He's one of the top fantasy quarterbacks of last season, and I think this year he's only going to get even better. His team was very, very terrible last season, but I feel like they're going to improve. They got a lot of assets to work with, and after a few trades, they're going to have even more assets. Number 2, I got my guy, Justin Fields from Chicago. I think he takes the next step. He becomes one of the top QBs in the NFC. You already saw the progress he made from his rookie year to this year. And I feel like now he's only going to take it to a new level. Justin Fields, he's going to be one of the best QBs in the NFC. I'll tell you, he finished off the year. You saw all those crazy runs. He would have 70-yard runs, 60-yard runs for a touchdown. He was making some crazy athletic plays. The Bears have the number 1 pick this year in the draft. They're going to trade it back more than likely. They could pick up some more assets. They'll probably pick up some more assets. I'd tell you, they could trade back as many times if they want. If I'm being honest, bro. And they could pick up some weapons for Justin Fields. I feel like you give Justin Fields some weapons, you give him some protection, and then let him do his thing, he's going to be one of the top QBs in the NFC this year. Mark my words on that. Number 3, a bunch of people like to hate on this man, think he's very, very mid, but I think he's actually a pretty solid player. Number 3, I'm going with Kirk Cousins in Minnesota. Kirk Cousins, I'd tell you, he's going to have a solid year next year. I feel like it's going to be very similar to this year. I don't really see him improving like a crazy amount, but he still got Justin Jefferson. He's still got Dalvin Cook on that team. He's going to have Kevin O'Connell. He's been feeling a lot more comfortable in that system. And Kirk Cousins, not primetime Kirk, obviously, but when it's 1 o'clock Kirk, he could be very, very dangerous. Minnesota's going to have a top offense again. I believe Kirk Cousins is going to be – he's a number 3 QB in the NFC. But all these guys right here in this little tier, like the next 3, 4, 5 guys, I mean, they're all pretty much in the same tier, if I'm guessing. They're all in like that Kirk Cousins tier, if you know what I'm talking about. Number 4, I got Dak Prescott. A little bit lower than you have him. But Dak Prescott, I don't know, man. He makes too many mistakes. He makes too many mistakes when you need him the most. He could light it up sometimes, but Mike McCarthy's going to take over as play caller. I feel like he wants to run more of a run-heavy, more of a balanced type of offense than what Kellen Moore was giving him. Mike McCarthy said himself that, you know, he wants to grind down the clock, not like Kellen Moore, who would rather run up the scoreboard. And I feel like it's really going to benefit Dak personally, but it's not going to, I'd say he's going to be more in like more of a game manager role than like a superstar QB role, which I'd say if it's a perfectly, he just can't be making all the mistakes that he always does when you need him the most. Like he saw it against San Francisco. He made 2 horrendous picks that pretty much cost him the game. The defense was holding San Francisco, so Dak didn't have to do too much to win that game. But he couldn't get it done. I get it, San Francisco's one of the top defenses, but I mean, you need Dak to perform in those situations. And also, you saw it against Jacksonville at the end of the year. I mean, pick 6 when you need Dak to show up. So, I'd say Dak, he's still a very solid quarterback, but the reason why I got him over Kirk, why I got Kirk over him is because I'd say Dak just makes mistakes when you need him. When you need him to show up. At number 5, I got the newly acquired QB down in New Orleans, Derek Carr. I'd say him, Kirk, and Dak are all pretty much in that same tier where they perform on most occasions, but when you need them the most, they disappear pretty much. But I feel like Derek Carr is he's gonna do pretty good things in New Orleans. I got Dak over him still because I like the team around Dak better. I mean, he still got CeeDee Lamb on that team, so Dak's gonna be better next season than Derek Carr is. But Derek Carr is still a pretty solid QB for New Orleans. I think he's gonna do pretty solid in that division. I'm not saying he's gonna be like an elite QB or anything, but definitely a good pickup for the Saints. What are you looking at?
I was looking at something, but yeah, I didn't realize you could hear it, so that's why.
Oh, okay.
Nothing important. All right, the only guy I have to say something about. I don't know. I like your. I know you're projecting Justin Fields to be good, but I don't know how. I don't think Justin Fields can like. I really don't see any moves the Bears can make to get a true elite wide receiver or any elite weapon because none of the guys on the free agency market are that good. Like Jacoby Myers is the best receiver. And DeAndre Hopkins, I don't think he's going to get traded to Chicago. I think if he gets traded, it's going to be like a Dallas, a Kansas City, or even a New York. I don't really think he's going to get traded there. Like, all these other guys that make huge leaps, they get like a true elite one wide receiver one. Like a true elite wide receiver one. Mm-hmm. You have to be like on that Mahomes or Burrow level for you to have like Burrow, I haven't even seen Burrow actually play. So I'm gonna say Mahomes lower right now because Mahomes won the Super Bowl with Juju Smith-Schuster. Like if Juju went to the Bears last year, I don't really think it would have made that big of a difference to me.
Yeah.
So I think that's the only problem. I think Fields is gonna do better next year. For sure. But I don't know about number 2. That's the only thing I have to say because like what's it called? Tua took a big leap when he got Tyreek Hill. I don't think there's gonna be a Tyreek Hill for the Bears to get for Justin Fields like that. Or like when Josh Allen got Stephon Diggs. I don't think there's a elite receiver like that, or even a running back because Saquon and Josh Jacobs are probably the only elite running back weapons that you could actually get. Like Saquon was probably the only elite weapon where you could throw it to him too. Like if you got Josh Jacobs is a runner. He's not gonna be a pass catcher. Like Saquon was probably the most elite weapon you're gonna be able to get in free agency, and the Giants tagged him. So like if they got something like that, I think I could really see Justin Fields making that big of a leap. I think he's gonna make a leap. Like I think he's gonna do pretty good next year, but I don't know how big of a leap he's truly gonna have. To me,
okay, I get what you're talking about.
Yeah.
For me, I feel like it was probably gonna be through the draft. Like you said, there's not really too many free agent wide receivers that are on the board right now. I just think that they acquire a receiver during the draft, at least one of the top 2 rounds. They're probably going to get some extra picks for that number 1 pick. There's some talented receivers in this draft. I'd tell you, they got his former teammate Jackson Smith and Njigba there. So that could help him out a bit. I mean, these receivers coming out of college now, they're lighting it up from day one. I mean, you saw what Jamar Chase did his rookie year. You've seen what Justin Jefferson did his rookie year. I don't really think there's a receiver like that, but I mean, it's possible to get a number 1 through the draft and have him perform immediately.
Yeah, I don't really like it. The problem is I don't really like this receiver. I don't know. A lot of people really don't like. I'm not the only one. A lot of people. This receiving class is not like the other years. Like last year, I would be fine with you because like Garrett Wilson. Oh yeah. If Justin Fields had Garrett Wilson, oh yeah, that would be insane. If he had Chris Olave, yeah, that would be insane. But Quentin Johnson's like a 50-50 ball type of guy. He's basically just Chase Claypool too. He's Chase Claypool and I don't know how far that's gonna get him in the NFL because he's not that good. He's not a good runner at all. That's not his game. And Jordan Addison is a slot receiver, and he's a slow slot receiver. Jackson Smith and Jigba, I think he has the tools, but I think they're going to be like more in the second round or third round with like a guy like Jalen Hyde or something like that. And I don't really think those guys are going to, unless you get really lucky, they turn into a number 1 receiver. I really don't see any of those guys being number 1 receivers. I see them being like a wide receiver 2, or I can see them being like a Amon-Ra St. Brown. Amon-Ra St. Brown's a pretty solid receiver. He's not on that level with those guys, but he's there. He's close. I can see him getting a guy like that. But there's a lot. Yeah, that's the only problem I had. Yeah, but yeah, I think Justin Fields is going to get better. Yeah, number 2 better? I don't know about that, but I think he's going to get better. That's the only problem I had.
Yeah, I could be putting too much faith in the Bears, if I'm being honest, to actually go out and get him some help. But I do see like a major leap for him next year. He's shown what he could do with pretty much just himself and his legs. So I'd say if they put anything around him that's an improvement, whether it's on the O-line or whether it's on the outside, I feel like he's going to improve. He's going to take another step, and I'd say improve the team around him at least a little bit, and he's going to be up there.
It's going to be funny when the Bears pay $20 million to Jacoby Myers. It's going to be funny.
Oh, my God. Imagine
I think
that's his number 1.
Yeah. I don't really like when they say they have the most cap space in the NFL because I don't know. Because like usually the team that spend the most money, it usually fails for them in a few years. Like I remember the Giants did it. The Giants failed for them. The Jets did it. It failed for them. The Jaguars did it 1 year too. All those guys are gone from the Jags now. They're not on the team anymore.
Yeah.
And this free agency class is really not that stacked. In some years it is, but this year it's really not that. It's not like super stacked. But
I mean, it never really is because most of the top guys end up getting franchise tagged anyways.
Yeah. There's not really any franchise tags either that you can trade for though. Like last year, like Monte Adams, he got traded. There's like some big guys usually get traded. Like last year, Tyreek Hill got traded. There's not really not big guys on the market either, like receivers.
Yeah, DeAndre Hopkins is their best shot, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think Hopkins is gonna get traded there. I think he has a better chance to go like New England. There. Yeah.
All right. I know what you're talking about.
All right. Well, I'll go through my 6 through 10 now. All right, here we go. I got number 6. I have Kirk Cousins. Yeah, to be honest with you, I might switch Kirk Cousins right now, but yeah, I'm gonna stick with Kirk Cousins at 6.
Higher or
pretty
lower?
solid. Yeah, lower probably. Just one spot.
You want to make him
one
lower?
spot lower.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably know the guy. I'm gonna switch him with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kirk Cousins. Yeah, he had a solid year last year. Really good year. One of his best years with Kevin O'Connell. And he has Justin Jefferson, the best receiver in the NFL. T.J. Hawkinson, one of the best tight ends in the NFL. They're probably gonna release Adam Thielen. So he's probably going to lose a receiving option right there. But they have KJ Osborne. KJ Osborne had solid games, especially against the Colts. I'm pretty sure that Colts game, he had a really good game that game too. Yeah, he's a solid option. Probably need to add another receiver, like another solid receiver. But yeah, Kirk Cousins is still pretty good. He's still in that range. Still want to see him take the next step because he's still in that 12, 13 range of all the quarterbacks in the NFL. He's probably right there next to, like, I would probably have him close to that Dak range around there, Kyler Murray range around that range. And my 7th quarterback, my favorite team, Daniel Jones. I think Daniel Jones is going to take a leap again next year. This year he had a really good year too. He limited the turnovers. I think next year he's going to be even a better passer. He had 700 yards this year running. I think he's going to be even a better passer next year with his running ability. So yeah, 7, Daniel Jones. Number 8, I have Derek Carr. Yeah, I think Derek Carr is going to still do good. They're probably going to win the division. They got Chris Olave. I don't know about the other options on the team. I don't know if Kamara's going to even play. I don't know if Michael Thomas is going to be there. So, yeah, Chris Olave is the only for sure guy right now. They'll probably add another receiver if they let go of Michael Thomas. They're probably going to need to get a running back because you're not going to – I don't think Alvin Kamara's playing. I don't think he's playing. I think he's probably going to be – I think he's going to jail, to be honest with you. Yeah. He's probably going to jail. Yeah, but I think Derek Carr is going to still lead this team to win the division. They have the best defense. They probably have the best – well, not the best defense. Yeah, they probably actually do have the best defense in that division. I could probably see the Buccaneers defense. No, the Buccaneers defense isn't good anymore. The Saints are probably winning that division. I think Derek Carr will have another good year. Yeah. And number 9, I have Justin Fields. Actually, I think Justin Fields, I'm going to replace him with Derek Carr. I'm going to move Derek Carr to 9. I think Derek Carr is going to be – damn, I just don't want to put Derek Carr at low, but I think Justin Fields is going to do better than Derek Carr next year. So I'm probably going to put Justin Fields at 8. Probably with an improved weapons, hopefully another weapon, hopefully an improved line. He should do better next year. Hopefully they'll let him become more of a passer than he was last year. That's what he really needs to work on his game because his running ability is already elite. They just need to work on his passing ability. And yeah, if they do that, he should be one of the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFC next year. So I have him at 8. And then I have Derek Carr at 9. I already talked about Derek Carr. So and then 10, I have Geno Smith. Geno Smith's still one of the he got comeback player of the year for a reason. He still will. He proved himself as one of the best quarterbacks in the NFC. I think he takes a step down a little bit of step down, a little bit. Not that far, but this is still really good for Geno Smith, especially after many people thought he was going to be out of the league just like 2 years ago probably. Or a long time ago, people thought he was out of the league. And now he got his big contract. He's still going to be – I have him at 10. Honorable mention, I have Jordan Love. So I think Jordan Love's going to do really good, but I can't project that much, okay? Because I don't want to go crazy. If I was going really crazy, I would have put just Jordan Love on here, but I didn't want to go that crazy because I've only seen like one game, like one game out of him.
Yeah,
the Eagles game he played like 3rd and 4th quarter, so I haven't really seen too much to go that crazy with projecting him. But yeah, that finishes off my top 10.
All right. One thing I want to point out for me too, though. Okay, so both of us don't have Aaron Rodgers because we project him to go to the AFC. He's going to be in New York, is what we're both thinking. One thing I also wanted to point out is my list isn't going to have any Kyler Murray on there, but that is because I do expect him to be injured for most of the year. I mean, if he was healthy, for sure he would be top 5. He'd be in that tier with Kirk, Dak, and all of them. But he's not. I don't see him playing too much next season. So that's the only reason why he's off my list. So it's going to be a little bit different. But Kyler Murray, for sure, if he was playing the full year, he'd be up there. All right, so number 6, I'm going to go through your guy, Daniel Jones. I'd say I do expect him to take another step forward. He's in a not new system. I mean, he's in the system, the Brian Daboll system for his 2nd year. Finally, he has some consistency at that coaching position with the offense. He's not switching it up every single year. He's finally got a consistent option that works well for him. And I'd say can finally take another step. As long as the Giants provide him with some more weapons on the outside. I mean, the receiving core we talked about it yesterday. I mean, he had a lot of injuries on that receiving core. So I tell you, you get him a real number one receiver, not some Kenny Galladay, but like an actual number one that he could trust, that could run routes, that could get open. And Daniel Jones, well, he might even be higher if I'm being honest, but as of right now, I'm keeping him at number 6. He's behind guys like Carr, Prescott, Kirk, just as of right now. Although Daniel Jones does provide a bit of a dual threat, I still need to see him. I'd say I'm confident that he takes the next step, but I'm not confident enough to where I put him above some of the other guys on my list. Number 7, I got Jared Goff. Now, this is a lot lower than where you had him. I know you had him ranked pretty highly. Jared Goff, I think he does perform well in this offense again. Actually, I might have him a bit too low, but I'm going to leave him at 7 right now. The offense was really performing at the end of last season. Amon-Ra St. Brown, they traded TJ Hawkinson out of there, but I'd say the Lions were still an elite offense last year. They were still one of the top offenses in the NFL, and a big part of that is Jared Goff. I mean, the Rams thought he was just garbage. They wanted to get rid of him right away, but he's proven himself right now being in Detroit. So I'd say Jared Goff, I got him number 7. He might be a little bit too low, but I'd say I'm not going to adjust this right now. Number 8, I got Geno Smith. Like we said, he was probably we probably thought he was going to be a career backup after his time in New York. Nobody thought anything of him, but he went out there and he made plays. And he took Seattle to the playoffs when nobody thought that they even had a shot. Everybody thought that Seattle was going to be in line for the number 1 pick and that they were going to be in the Bryce Young sweepstakes. Geno Smith, he took the reins of that team. He said, hell nah, we're going to make it to the playoffs. And that's what they did. So I got to give Geno his respect. Number 9, we're staying in the NFC West. This might be a bit low for him too, but honestly, I can't put him over any of the other guys right now after seeing the season that he just had. So I'm going with Matt Stafford. I mean, he's got Sean McVay still. He's got Cooper Kupp still. Probably going to force feed it to Cooper Kupp. If I'm being honest, he's going to do all that again. But past 2 years, he's really, really, really turned the ball over a lot. Even when they won the Super Bowl, he led the league in turnovers, if I'm not mistaken. So he hasn't really taken care of the ball. The offense, I honestly see him getting worse. I don't see the Rams really performing next season. Matt Stafford might have a good year on his own. I don't know. I just don't see the Rams getting it done next year. He might even retire. There was talks about that because of his injuries and stuff, that he could just retire after the Super Bowl. But I still keep him top 10, but I can't put him over any of these other guys that I got here. And number 10, this is a bit of a projection. And honestly, this has nothing to do really with the player himself, but more about the team around him. So number 10, this is a really, really crazy prediction. I tell you, it's got nothing to do really with the player himself, but I'm going to go with Trey Lance, also in the NFC West. And he doesn't really have to do too much, if I'm being honest. Like we saw what Brock Purdy came in and did with the exact same team when Jimmy G went down. People didn't really expect Brock Purdy to do much, but I mean, he's got everything set up for him. He's got the coach set up for him. He's got a freaking brick wall for a left tackle. He's got Debo Samuel. I mean, he's got a versatile physical team. Kyle Shanahan's one of the best offensive play callers in the game. If it was any other QB back there, I mean, I'd probably project him top 10 too, if I'm being honest. It could have been anybody. They really screwed up by not drafting Justin Fields, but Trey Lance, I'd say he doesn't really have to do too much. All he's got to do is just follow the system, and progress throughout the year. So by the time it gets to the playoffs, he can make those plays when you need him to. So I tell you, it's very risky. This guy has barely played at all for like the past 4 years, but the team around him helps him get it done. The team around him really helps him, and he's what gets him on the list.
Yeah, pretty solid list. I really have no problems. The rest, yeah, it's a pretty good list. I think both lists are pretty solid. We got
for sure.
We got some NFL news to finish off the episode with. So it looks like it's more official now that what's his name? Adam Thielen's going to get cut by the Vikings. Adam Schefter reported that there's a real possibility that the Vikings and Adam Thielen will part ways in the coming days. Yeah, well, I'm looking at this comment section and they're treating Adam Thielen like he's still like an all-pro. What did it say? Pro Bowl receiver that he was like 3 years ago. Yeah, he hasn't been that ever since Jefferson got there. He's really taken over, and even when, I'm not really that. I'm not really like, Adam Thielen's going to come in here and be our number one receiver. I'm not like that type of. I'm not feeling like that right now. He'll probably be like a compliment. Yeah, you need to have like another. In order to bring Adam Thielen in here, you need to have already your number one option there. He can even be a third option. Like I don't know. Like you go to if you want like the Jets, if the Rodgers get Jets. If the Rodgers get the Jets get Rodgers. Excuse me. If the Jets get Rodgers. He would be a nice option to line him more and get Wilson. He doesn't have to be a number one option. He can be a solid third wide receiver. Even Philadelphia could have him as a third receiver after Brown and Devontae Smith. Yeah. Because I know a lot of Eagles fans have problems with Quez Watkins. Because a lot of Eagles fans have problems with him. So Thielen would be a solid option. Yeah, there's probably a lot of contenders I could use Thielen.
It probably won't be too expensive either.
Yeah, it's not going to be too expensive at all. He's probably going to take a cheap deal. All right, there's another. Ian Rappaport said this. It said if a team signs Lamar Jackson to an offer sheet, Baltimore has 5 days to match. And that says that knocks the team essentially out of free agency and loses them the other available quarterbacks because they are paralyzed in cap space just waiting. So, yeah. So maybe that might be another reason why teams aren't interested in Lamar because they basically don't have any money to do anything else for like a whole week, essentially. So, I don't know. Yeah, it's probably the biggest reason why is probably because of his guaranteed money. I'm gonna keep it real. That's probably why nobody wants to sign him. Yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah. Yeah, maybe the same.
One thing I wanted, because I know we're ranking our NFC QBs. I just wanted to know, like, how much of these QBs are like on the same level. Like, I'm listing out these QBs. Any one of them could really be interchanged, and I won't really have a problem with it. Like, I had Kirk Cousins at 3. Joseph had him like at 6 or 7? I can't even get mad about that either. Yeah, I mean, they're all really interchangeable. It just shows how, like, the NFC, like, no QB really stands out other than Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. Yeah, Jalen Hurts.
Like, it really just hit me right now. It's like, damn. There's no...
Yeah. It only takes one season too for one of these other guys to be clear cut too because Jalen Hurts last year he wasn't clear cut. He basically he had like 16 passing touchdowns. He had a good rushing year last year.
Yeah.
And other quarterbacks that can do that too next year.
It's gonna be one of these young QBs. I mean, I tell you, guys like Kirk, Dak, Carr, Goff, Gene. I mean, you pretty much expect him to stay there.
Yeah.
So
guys I can really see improving is probably like Daniel Jones, obviously, Justin Fields, obviously, and Jordan Love and Trey Lance if they actually get to play, especially Jordan Love. Yeah, any of those guys. Yeah, because I really don't see Kyler Murray. I don't really think Kyler Murray's taking a step up anymore, to be honest.
I mean, he's pretty good where he's at right now. Yeah.
He'll probably stay at his level. Dak, I don't think Dak's ever going to escape this level of quarterback play he plays right now. I don't think he's going to escape that. Yeah, so it's probably
all these other guys are pretty much locked into their spot. Locked into their position. So
I don't think Jared Goff's ever going to become a top 12 quarterback, top 10 quarterback in the NFL. Maybe I'm wrong because I didn't even think he was going to play this good this year. To be honest with you, but well, I guess Geno Smith is pretty old and he improved to being like a top 10 quarterback in his home conference. So,
for real,
I guess you can't rule that out. Well, all right, that finishes off today's episode. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next podcast. Thank you guys.